this year, it was the main reason that we see the new development in sensors, and of course we also wanted to present our product updates, that stuff that we've been working on the last few years. Of course we have been very productive through Corona, but it's a different thing if you do it virtual versus the real thing, and so this is how we want to groove into the hopefully new mode of how business is coming to go again in this new situation. It's very nice to talk to people, especially in such a technically very complex scenario. It's very good to have these in-person chats. Of course, this also works in virtual scenarios. We see many of the sensor developments with our Tier 1 and OEM customers, but it's good to have this kind of personal exchange, because in the virtual one some things might drop, and here if you have a personal exchange you can just put way more information. You immediately understand what people are talking about, and also the technical subjects. We need to learn from the sensor community. We want to learn because there's more interdependency between our products for measurement. We talk about that later, I guess, and the sensors as such. And so this is the main reason we're here as enablers for also the sensor community, not just for the automotive, let's say Tier 1s, but also for the OEMs and also for the people who do the R&D in that field. Well, we've started that again, so there have been a few, I think, every now and then, but now it has really picked up. So we had an event in June in Stuttgart. There is let's say the twin of that in San Jose, I think, just went through now, and we will have events coming up all over the place. We had one in Sweden. We will have two events actually in Japan in November and January. There is a Vector India conference, I guess, in next year February or something, and also in China. Our colleagues, they cater mainly to the, of course, to the taste of the local people there, and to the local engineers. But all over the world we're picking up this, and even in Stuttgart we will have a conference series in October about 4 events on automotive Ethernet, on CAN-XL, ADAS and autonomous driving, obviously, and also on vehicle OS. So we hopefully get a lot of registrations, and we're looking forward to see many people in Stuttgart. Obviously, because this is about sensors, we show everything about sensor recording, about everything having to do with acquisition of high bandwidth data. Here we put our Smart Logger product. You might see that later in the show. It's actually something that is a very modular concept for putting all kinds of different sensors, because nowadays with all the ADAS and autonomous driving you have high bandwidth sensors and there's a lot of raw data recording, but Vector is coming typically from a networking field, so we're trying to integrate what we have been doing in the past very well for the last 30+ years, networks and ECU debug monitoring, with now the upcoming sensors and video especially, and also radar. And because here there's a lot of radar now ongoing with like high resolution radar solutions, and this is very thrilling for us to see how this field is developing, because also for that I think we can put a lot of we can add a lot of advantages to a lot of our portfolio that can be used with such recordings of such sensors, also for people who have been using maybe a very dedicated solution, and now they have to integrate in the all over in the car. And I think this is where things come together, and this is where we can provide a lot of advantage to the users. Yeah, actually what we show here is the current line of our Smart Logger, how it's being sold in the market at the moment. But of course we're also working on improving the bandwidths ever get higher. For example, we showcase something for video raw data recording, for tap recording, and this can be just as well used for radars. We have projects with Tier 1s doing that, because the radars get smaller and smaller, so it's more difficult to get the debug technology inside, but you still need the data, and for this we just have some cool solutions that we show here at that show.